YouTube, welcome to Cafe Noma and welcome to our reaction to James Blunt. We are going to react to the song Hi. Let's get started with our first time single take honest reaction to the song Hi by James Blunt, requested by our patron Warren.
Beautiful dawn lights up the shore for me. There is nothing else in the world I'd rather wake up and see with you. Beautiful dawn, just chasing time again. Thought I would die a lonely man in endless night, but now I'm high, running wild among all the stars above. Sometimes beautiful dawn melts with the stars again. Do you remember the day when my journey began? Will you remember the end of time? Beautiful dawn, you're just blowing my mind again. Thought I was born to endless night until you shine. Running wild among all the stars above. Sometimes it's hard to believe you remember me. Will you be my shoulder when I'm gray and older? Promise me tomorrow starts with you. Getting high, running wild among all the stars above. Sometimes it's hard to believe you remember me. Running wild among all the stars above. Sometimes it's hard to believe you remember me.
Hi.
Oh, it's festival time in Mumbai. People are chanting, people are singing, people are oh so joyful. And then there's this song of James Blunt that we just heard. Feeling so beautiful, feeling so high after spending the dawn, the morning hours with this special someone. He literally feels like he's in heaven, he's on cloud nine. He's dancing, he's singing, he's enjoying himself, and he wants to do the same thing every morning. Every dawn, every morning, he wants to have the same start to his day. So while people are chanting, people are partying, enjoying in Mumbai,
This is a mass
yes,
sound though.
this is a beautiful way to start your day. Not listening to that, but listening to songs like this. James Blunt, definitely, I've heard just 3 songs, I think, or 4 songs of his thus far. But he's definitely made an impression. He's one of those modern day musicians, I think this century's musicians who's definitely made an impact on my ears. There's something about him. He does sound like some of the old bands, little bit like Oasis, little bit like a couple of other Brit bands out there in the past. But he definitely has his way of doing things, which is unique, which is special. The way he puts emphasis on words, the way he sings it as if he's literally crying throughout the whole thing. There's something about him that makes it feel good. You feel good listening to songs like this. I'm sure it connects with a lot of people a lot of gay men out there in the West, a lot of females. This kind of music will definitely connect with them because, he sounds like he's catering to a particular market. And I think the market is those kind of people who are constantly high for some reason or the other.
I like James Blunt. Last few songs were good. The only thing is that you don't remember these songs for far too long. They just slip out of your mind, including this one. These are all the elements of today's music, which is going by the formula.
Which is forgetful.
Which is being forgetful. The first formula.
Whether it's Taylor Swift or The Weeknd or Kanye West, Donda, with Donda 1 and 2. It's so forgetful you don't even care.
So this high, the high is emphasized on so beautifully. High, the way he says high. But there is every other song as well. They choose and they pick one word that they will emphasize on. They will stretch that little longer. There will be another way of saying another word. So this has become such a formula that almost every young artist to little older, you get similar thing. Sigrid, we used to react to. From one of the Scandinavian countries, young artist. There are other women, female artists to young male artists to whatever the age of James Blunt is. They all have the same formula. I don't know who's giving them that you have to emphasize one word, you have to say it in a different way. So they'll always do it in a different way, and then the whole song remains the same. No emphasis whatsoever put on the music. Something should be done to the music so that it remains with a person catchy, something that a person will remember it by. Next time it plays, I know that's the song that is going to start. No, that is not there. That character is missing out of the song.
This is forgetful.
This is forgetful.
Memorable? No. Forgetful? 100%.
Yes.
You hit the nail on the head, and that goes for most artists we hear who come from this
songs you
decade.
cannot make out from one to another. All songs sound the same.
I think when it comes to music like this, depressing music mostly, sad music mostly, Linkin Park was the last good artist. The last good artist of this that I've heard.
Because musically they created a tune
there's Nickelback.
individually.
There's Nickelback too. There's Dave Matthews Band too. But I think the last good artist who makes music like this was Linkin Park. Maybe there are others, but we haven't heard them.
DMB is all different. They are league of their own because they create music.
It's more about the music.
Yeah, it's more about the music. But
Live performances.
There's nothing that I will remember it by. There's nothing, hi, he's saying you will remember and all that. I don't. I seriously can't. And this is one of those channels which will tell you openly. I wish James Blunt was sitting there and listening that this is what I have to say, because there are too many people labeled and everybody else who will say, wow, this is amazing, and they'll go crazy over it. I don't.
To make a comparison of more recent artists, Linkin Park and Nickelback, or artists who made it pretty big in this century. Of course, one is Linkin Park. Interestingly, has come out with some kind of a remastered or new album. I don't know what it's all about, or it's in the works. So we definitely need to find out more about that. But if we take the example of Numb of Linkin Park or Photograph of Nickelback, you remember them till today.
I do.
This song, I don't even remember it now.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's sad.
So you hit the nail on the head, it's
and
about...
the lines of the song go that you remember.
Don't just go by a formula. Don't just sound sad for the sake of it. It sounds wonderful while you listen to it. it's kind of like Chinese food, you know, the Indian Chinese food, Indo-Chinese.
Indo-Chinese.
I won't say Chinese food, I don't want to put their food down,
How can-
the whole cuisine down, because it's pretty good cuisine they have in China
Yeah.
and
We're
all over the
talking about
world.
the Indo-Chinese.
But the Indo-Chinese food, the combination of Indian, Northeastern, Nepali and Chinese food put together,
The
what is called Indo-Chinese food, which is
modifications.
very, very popular in India. In fact, most Indians are ignorant enough
We
to
don't eat
call Chinese food as that. So Indo-Chinese food is Chinese food for most Indians,
For Indian people.
which is incorrect, which is sad. But this song and the most artists that I mentioned earlier, whether it's Shawn Mendes, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Kanye West, all these losers, you know, of the Western music industry, all of them, they basically are like Indo-Chinese food. You know, while you're eating them, they sound good. Rihanna, Umbrella, and where
had some good numbers
have you
because-
been? And Diamond, shine bright like a
But
diamond.
later on, yeah.
Shine bright like a diamond, repeating it 100 times in a 4-minute song. So all that sounds good when you listen to it because they do it well. The editing, the post-production, the marketing, the arrangement, the music videos, everything makes it look good. It's like Gangnam Style. You know, would you actually listen to Gangnam Style if it wasn't for the video and the hype that was made by YouTube
Even Gangnam Style had a
surrounding
character.
it, how YouTube manipulated the whole thing just so that they could be more popular, as well as that video could make them more popular in other parts of the world. So, you know, I mean, this is like that. It's Indo-Chinese food. It sounds good when I listen to it, wow. But now, after what Kirti said in 1-2 minutes of the song, oh, it sounds just, it's like the weekend's over.
The Weeknd's over.
No pun intended for the weekend. The weekend's over.
I didn't want to, James Blunt I like, but the thing is, when an actor is doing, it's like Bruce Willis. As an actor, Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis is in my top 5 actors, so I usually don't take it personally. But
Still is.
No, not for the recent movies, but for
The last 25
was it
movies
John
in 2
McClane,
years.
right? John McClane, Die Hard character. John McClane. It's been a long time that I watched one of the Die Hards. His name is John McClane, right? Yeah. I just wanted to reconfirm. So him playing John McClane in almost every single movie right after that. If you didn't change his name, he was John McClane. So he played that character in every single movie, not in the Die Hard
The
franchise,
whole
but
9
his entire
yards.
career.
Whole 9 yards was a bit different. Where he's
a
like the
couple
villain.
of movies,
He's like the
where
villain,
he really
but
put
it's comical.
effort. But acting wise, he was always playing that kind
No,
of.
you always kind of think he's that guy.
Yeah.
He made such an impact with Die Hard, and rather the people who made Die Hard.
It was
too,
his acting. That is what he could do.
It made it so memorable that whenever you see him, whether it was in Sixth Sense or any other movie, Unbreakable, you constantly think of John McClane.
It's not because you think of it. It's because he couldn't act anything beyond that, and not his fault.
He
Maybe,
couldn't act, basically.
Yeah,
Now we know he couldn't act.
He couldn't. It wasn't his fault. It was director who could get something out of it, and it was the director who couldn't
So
get
the
something out
director
of it.
deserves
The
the
director, Night Shyamalan, whenever he got him to do things, he got things done out of him. Not that
Differently.
Bruce Willis could do it, and I know that. I definitely know that. I'm not just saying it to put him down. I have to say that he's in top 5 actors of mine. I know he's not a good actor, but I've liked his movies and I still like them. Not the ones that are coming recently. I don't know what has happened to him, but maybe
He's
was
retired.
him. That was him all along. Who knows? Some people made him. Die Hard made him. That is what happened.
He's sick.
James Blunt could be made, but he cannot sustain if this goes on like this. This cannot be like this, because you cannot be the same every single song. You just can't, because I cannot make out from one song to the other what exactly am I listening to. I just can't. When you say Savio, it's like Indo-Chinese food, it's not like that. In promotions, marketing and promotions, 2 different wings. Since I've done masters in commerce in India, certain things that nobody will tell you, and in the US maybe you will complete your PhD and you will not know certain intricate things. In marketing and promotions, which are 2 different things, promotions has double P's, that is pull and push. Now pull is when you're pulling customers because of word of mouth, or you are so good at your promotions that people are demanding for your product at the shop or at the outlet. But push is something that you have overcrowded, you have overfilled shelves every single place, so that wherever a customer is around, he's seeing your product, seeing your product, seeing your product. It's so heavily marketed and so heavily supplied to that people have no other choice but they have to take you, because there is nothing else in the sight, literally. So what happens with Western music or today's music in the West is push. It costs more money. It definitely costs more money, but it is nothing to do with quality. They just push their product so hard that every single place they will overcrowd it with it, so that people think this is what is doing well. It does not do well. It's just one of the tactics that is used by them throughout. People may not understand. A consumer or a customer is not supposed to know this, but this is what happens. You have no other choice. When this song comes out of some artist, they will say this is the only song that is running everywhere, because they've shut everything else down. You have only kept that open. So people have no option, and they keep on listening, and they think their minds are conditioned to like it. You don't like it because you don't have any other option. You're just being pushed and stuffed with something like that. So this song can, be stuffed in people's mind, and for that time they will like. But after 6 months, you ask them to sing the same song, they won't even remember it.
Honestly, whatever we said, I kind of feel is wasted on this song,
I
because
know.
the song to begin with itself is not that good.
It doesn't make me high.
Yeah, so I found it wonderful at the beginning, just like Indo-Chinese food. The delicious steamed and hot fried rice with all those spice powder and all that added in, Ajinomoto, and that really mouth-watering chicken or paneer Manchurian gravy with the capsicum pieces, the chili seeds in there and all, couple of them, and the delicious mouth-watering gravy and the succulent chicken pieces. When you have it with the rice, or you feel so good at that moment. Wow, I feel so good right now thinking about it. This is kind of like that, so it's sad. It's sad that modern Western music has become that pathetic and boring. Sad.
That's all from both of us.